Hi friends, I hope you all are doing well. In this series of Art of Clearing Prelims, in which we are trying to declutter the prelims preparation and provide you clarity, today we will discuss a winning strategy for upcoming 4 months. This video is divided in 4 parts. The first part, I will cover common issues that you all must be facing. In the second part, I will discuss how to overcome these challenges. And in third part, I will give you a month-on-month strategy, a detailed one with book list as well. And in the last part, I will give you some hands-on tips to clear CSAT. So stay with me. First, as I said earlier, I will discuss issues. So basically, you all face 5 kinds of issues while preparing for prelims. The first is issue of confidence, and that is leading to self-doubt, and that may happen because of primarily two reasons. The first is due to previous attempts failure, and that keeps on running in your mind. And the second one is lack of marks in the tests which you are giving. The second issue that you all face is of schedule and strategy. What you all do is you are not preparing in a structured manner, and you keep on jumping over one content to another content. And thirdly, of accountability. Mostly you all are preparing in isolation and there is no one to track your progress. And the fourth issue is overwhelming syllabus. The syllabus of UPSC is mammoth, is huge, and there is so much to cover. Adding to your pain is the massive compilations of current affairs. Then the fifth issue is infodemic and FOMO. So there are n number of Telegram channels, there are n number of compilations which are available, and there is also fear of missing out of the known institutes, which so-called say that if you have to clear prelims, you have to come here. So fear of missing out those things is another major issue. Now, the winning approach is based on this pyramid. The pyramid starts with identifying obstacles or finding the issue. Once we know the issue, now we are trying to find the solution. And once we have got the solution, we have to be persistent. In our journey to clear prelims, we will encounter many obstacles, many hurdles will also come. We have to be perseverant and we have to be resilient. And then adaptability. We have to also adapt according to the situation. Sometimes what will happen is you are not getting good marks in test, so you need to revise more. So your strategy will be a bit flexible and you need to adapt according to months. The more close you will be towards prelims, the more you will be practicing and revising rather studying new things. And that will lead to a personal growth, which will lead to clearing prelims. Now, what are the solutions? How to overcome these challenges? You lack confidence because you are not revising enough. If you revise more and more, you have a structured plan and you are giving ample space to revise. Once you revise one thing again and again, it is retained. And when you attempt any test, a question comes from that topic, you are able to handle it with a great confidence. And that leads to enhancing confidence, and it increases test after test, revision after revision. The more iteration of revision and practice you will do, the more confidence will increase. The second thing is schedule. You should have a dedicated plan. There is no best plan. You make a plan in which you are giving ample time for studying or building concepts, then time for PYQ analysis and giving test, and then revision. This cycle should be well defined. And once you have come up with a plan, you should adhere to it. You should not frequently change it. And third thing is accountability. So you can have a guided mentorship to track your progress, where you are improving, where you are lacking. Now, someone experienced to tell you. And for syllabus, prioritize PYQ. If you haven't watched my previous session, in which I had discussed in great detail about how to utilize PYQs for prelims, go back and watch that video. That is very, very important. And then focus on high yield topics. And don't go behind a number of sources, stick to limited ones. About infodemic and FOMO, follow a disciplined approach. Avoid new materials. See, the more number of revision you do, the more you retain a particular information. The more resources you read for one subject, the more you get confused in the examination hall and you end up choosing the wrong option. So you have to avoid this fear of missing out. If question will come, it will come from standard sources, or else it will be from some new topics. Test series. And test series is why the regular solving test is important. So if at all you are solving a question which is related to 1857 revolt, once you have attempted that question, you are retrieving that information from your mind. Once you have retrieved a particular information from your mind, you will never forget it. Once it will come in the examination hall, you will be able to solve it accurately. So it helps in recalling power and retention. And it also builds confidence. The more you practice, the more you evolve. Secondly, it also helps in strength weakness analysis. So what are your strengths? What are your weakness areas? In weak areas, you will try to make it better. Once you know your strength, you play on merit. Where can I take risk? Where my foundations are strong. Where my foundations are laggard, if I'm taking huge risks, it will end up getting more and more negative marks, accumulation of negative marks. Then it also helps you to stimulate real exam time condition or pressure. The more you will give tests, the more your mind will become accustomed to practice tests. Okay. And in Prayas, you get all of this: full length, sectional, focused revision module, personalized feedback, and mentorship. Infodemic, don't chase multiple sources. Stick to a structured study plan and revision cycle. Smart preparation, remember, is something which avoids random overloading of PDFs and coaching notes. Proven strategies focus on NCERT standard books, PYQ repeated themes, one test per week in February and March, and analyze the mistakes, quality over quantity. And final 2 months, you will increase the proportion of revision and practice. Average number of pages per subject, I have made a graph in which you can see that on an average, you are reading 300 pages for ancient, 350 for medieval, 500 for modern, 200 for art and culture, most is of polity, Lakshmikant 750, and so on and so forth. So what you have to do is 4 months, you will divide in two parts. February and March, we will try to read all these standard sources, build concept, and practice PYQ. Once in a week, we will give a test. Okay. So that we are covering all the sectional tests as well. And April and May, we will give more and more full-length tests. We will revise more and more. We will practice more and more. This exercise will be repeated again and again. So in February, let's take an example. Like you can cover polity, geography, and history. 10 days each, or polity will take 10 days, geography around 7-8 days. Then ancient, medieval, and modern history for another 15 days. Sources now, polity, you have to start with them, Lakshmikant, then you have to finish it properly. You have to read consciously. For geography, NCERT plus selected reading of GC Leong, like climatology and various types of climates, are very well covered in GC Leong. You may read any other notes as well. And then maps. Ancient history, old NCERT, or if you're reading Tamil Nadu, you can read it medieval, Satish Chandra, or again Tamil Nadu, if you're reading a book, you can go for it. Modern history, either Spectrum or Bipin Chandra Pal. So both are good, equally good. So you have to build concepts. You have to understand things. You have to do focus reading. And if you want to make short notes, you have to solve chapter-wise PYQs, analyze PYQs, and memorizing is very, very important. In March, you will try to cover art and culture, environment, science and tech, and economy. Art and culture, you will read selectively in Sanghania. More focus should be on Indian architecture, and then you will read Buddhism and Jainism. That is most important. If time permits, you can read other topics as well. Environment, Shankar, you can follow. If you are following Shankar, then part A you have to read. Part B is not very important because it is better to read from the current affairs compilation, the part B, which is there. You can refer any other book as well. Science and tech, important NCERT chapters I have mentioned in Science and Technological Strategy, Art of Clearing Prelims series. Go and watch it. I have given a detailed strategy for science. And economy, if any book you are reading, you can read that book. Economic survey and budget, you have to inculcate. And we are planning to have a budget live session on Sunday 7 p.m. this Sunday 7 p.m. and we will be covering it in a great manner. Okay. So revision, retention, and test taking will be repeated again. And in April, what you will do is every third day you will be attempting a full-length test of GS. You will be doing SWOT analysis. You will also give around 6 to 7 full-length tests of CSAT. You will again analyze PYQs. You will revise current affairs. You will revise standard sources. You will try to do this exercise. In May, what you will do is you will give around 70% of time for revision. You will attempt around 5 to 7 tests in a manner that you will be appearing in morning GS ka test and in noon CSAT ka test. 5 to 7 iteration of this should be done. You will revise your all one-pager notes that you have made after attempting a test, or short notes of any particular subject. If you are part of our Prayas Prelims mentorship program, then you will be reading the revision modules. Avoid any news sources, trust your preparation. Okay. CSAT, CSAT ka what should be planned? So February and March, you will be practicing 1 hour every day. And in that, you will be practicing 2, 3 questions and building concepts. You can start with mathematics. We have given a planner on CSAT Simplified by KYI. And you can follow that channel if you haven't followed. Just type CSAT Karmyogi IS. No, at the red CSAT Karmyogi IS. Double I is there, Yogi. No? So you can, if you are not part of it, and see the planner is pinned. 11, 12 days questions are also posted. You can practice it. And we will start after that. We are covering mathematics, then we will cover reasoning, and then we will have reading comprehensions as well. Okay. And then what you have to do is you have to practice, as I told you, around 6, 7 tests in April, and in May also around 5, 6 tests you have to practice. Real-time practice is very, very important in CSAT, without which your speed is very, very low, and you end up attempting only 35, 36 questions because your speed is low. It's not all about concepts. Concepts you have to solve at least 50 questions, but time you are not able to manage. So you have to stimulate this. Wherever you are feeling lack of concepts, just go and build the concept. And concept building time is February and March. Avoid any overconfidence. You may be a graduate from IIT or from IIM, but still CSAT can bite anyone, and practice is very, very important. You also know, if mathematics you are not practicing, it is something which diminishes your capability to solve a question in limited time, diminishes. Even if you know the art, you still are not able to perform it in a limited time frame. Okay, so it's time to gear up. There is no need for perfection. You have to trust your preparation. You have to stick to your schedule. You're just one right strategy away from success. The best time is to start now. And if you think you need our help, then you can join our Prayas UPSC Prelims mentorship program. It has everything. You can maintain accountability, and there is mentorship. There is real-time progress tracking. There are high-quality tests. There are lots of sessions and strategies which are taken by us. There are high-quality revision modules which you just have to revise. It is covering PYQ repeated themes as well. So if you need our help, you can join. Thank you very much. Take care. Best wishes.